Severe weather hit southeast Texas again Monday. Storms dropped hail across the region, from Brenham to Pearland and Rosharon. As skies cleared, many of you saw photos and videos of the hail the storm brought. On Monday, officials in Texas are working to locate a child who was swept away in rapidly rising floodwaters. The Brenham Fire Department said the child, described as a school-aged girl, was swept away in the flooding at approximately 4:25 p.m. The fire department says bystanders and police attempted a rescue, but those efforts were not successful. In an interview with Loal Media Houston, officials said the girl was walking home from school with her sister when the adjacent creek rose rapidly, pulling her into the swift-moving water. A nearby neighbor reportedly saw what happened and jumped into the creek to attempt to rescue the girl, while her sister ran away for further assistance. The neighbor made contact with the girl, but because of the strong waters, he was unable to hang on to her, according to KTRK. Multiple rescue teams are involved trying to locate the girl, officials said. This comes as severe weather from western New Mexico to Louisiana has put 40 million people under flood watches due to potentially heavy rainfall. There were 50 storm reports, including damaging wind and hail, reported across 10 states on Sunday. Most of the severe storms impacted parts of the Southwest, specifically in New Mexico and Texas. Meanwhile, lightning ignited a house fire in Colleyville during Monday afternoon storms in North Texas. The fire broke out around 2 p.m. in the 2500 block of 12 Oaks Lane. Security video from a nearby home captured the moment the house was struck by lightning, just after thunder was heard in the area. According to a fundraising page for the family, the fire burned on the second floor near 2 children's bedrooms. Inside the home at the time were a couple, their 2 children, the children's grandparents, and a healthcare worker. The family has been displaced while repairs are underway. Severe thunderstorms swept across central and northern Alabama Friday evening, bringing large hail and damaging winds that caused widespread tree damage and downed power lines in several counties. The NOAA National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center reported numerous storm-related incidents as hail pelted communities and high winds toppled trees onto roads, vehicles, and homes. In Cullman County, multiple communities experienced significant hail damage. Residents in West Point reported quarter-sized hail covering the ground, while a cooperative observer in Joppa, northeast of Bayleton, confirmed golf ball-sized hail. The Brooklyn community near Bayleton also saw hail the size of quarters. Calhoun County residents were also hit hard. In Alexandria, at least half dollar-sized hail was verified through social media videos. Further south, in Hobson City, trees and power lines were reported down on Alice Street in nearby Oxford. Bynum also saw trees and power lines downed, blocking Ponderosa Trail. Wind damage was extensive across Jefferson County, where reports from Gardendale noted a tree had fallen on a car. Additional trees were brought down near Bent Brook Golf Course at Pocahontas Road and Lou George Loop, as well as in Mountain Brook on Montevallo Road and Norman Drive. Other significant wind damage reports included Fayette County, trees were down at the intersection of Highways 171 and 102 near Bevill State College. Blount County, trees were blocking roads in Smoke Rise and on County Road 39 northeast of Oneonta. Etowah County, trees obstructed Alabama Highway 132 near Altoona. Shelby County, a large tree fell on a home in the Indian Valley subdivision near Hoover, and another tree blocked County Road 39 near the intersection with County Road 74. Talladega County, in Sylacauga, multiple trees fell on Cedar Creek Drive and Park Street. A volunteer fire department in Alabama was damaged on Saturday when a severe thunderstorm roared across the area. A severe thunderstorm warning was in effect for the Pisgah and Rosalie areas at the time, which eventually was upgraded to a tornado warning as the storm passed. In a video shared by the Jackson County Emergency Management Agency, the storm begins to intensify as it approaches. As the video continues, rain begins to pick up, and the whipping winds then knock down a tree at the Rosalie Volunteer Fire Department. Eventually, as the storm moved over the area, a portion of the building was toppled and fell onto vehicles that had been parked at the time. No injuries have been reported. A multi-day severe weather and flash flood threat continues on Tuesday, with millions of people across Texas and Louisiana bracing for storms that could produce baseball-sized hail, strong tornadoes, and potentially life-threatening flooding. The risk comes as search and rescue crews continue to look for a 10-year-old girl who was swept away by floodwaters, and as first responders race to extinguish a fire after a home was struck by lightning. The severe weather threat continued overnight and into early Tuesday morning, with severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings issued in portions of Texas. A severe thunderstorm watch was also issued in Texas on Tuesday morning, and a tornado watch that had been in effect has since expired. Forecasters with NOAA's Storm Prediction Center, SPC, believe the highest risk of severe weather on Tuesday will be found across a large swath of Texas and Louisiana. More than 16 million people have been placed in a Level 2 risk of severe weather on the SPC's 5-point severe thunderstorm risk scale. This threat zone includes cities such as Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Arlington in Texas. A Level 3 out of 5 risk includes more than 3 million people in cities like Round Rock, College Station, The Woodlands, Bryan, and Temple. Very large hail, strong tornadoes, EF 2 or higher, and damaging wind gusts are all possible within any storms that ignite on Tuesday. Flooding is also a concern on Tuesday as powerful storms move across the southern plains and along the Gulf Coast, putting millions on alert for potentially life-threatening flash flooding. The highest flash flood threat will start by midday on Tuesday across portions of East Texas and Louisiana. Storms will continue to pummel the area overnight across Louisiana and along the Gulf Coast into Mississippi. The strongest storms and heaviest rain are expected along the Gulf Coast by Wednesday morning, eventually extending into the Florida Panhandle. Flash flooding is possible from the southern plains to the southeast on Tuesday. However, NOAA's Weather Prediction Center placed portions of East Texas, most of Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and southern Mississippi in a Level 3 out of 4 threat. This includes cities like Shreveport, Alexandria, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans in Louisiana and Jackson in Mississippi. Cities and towns from the southern plains to the southeast are expected to pick up a few inches of rain. However, the highest totals will be found from East Texas through Louisiana and into southern Mississippi and Alabama. Southern Louisiana and southern Mississippi could see 5 to 8 inches of rain with some locally higher amounts.